You've all seen the pictures. A beautiful white marble tower, tilting at an angle that just screams, "This shouldn't be possible." The Leaning Tower of Pisa, a magic trick, a glitch in the matrix. My brain, the builder's brain, immediately goes into overdrive. How did it get that way? And more importantly, why hasn't it fallen over yet? A real-world physics problem that's puzzled people for centuries. The ultimate architectural myth in the middle of Italy. A magnificent failure, and I absolutely love it. Sometimes our mistakes are more interesting than our successes. So what's the story? Why does it lean? It all started in the 12th century. Builders laid the foundation, then they started stacking those gorgeous marble floors. One crucial mistake: the ground wasn't stable. Imagine building a huge Lego tower on a soft mattress. As they built higher, the tower's immense weight pressed down. The soft side couldn't handle it. It began to sink. The tower started to tilt. For the next several hundred years, the tower became a source of pride and extreme anxiety. People came from all over to see the magnificent leaning marvel, but engineers were constantly trying to figure out how to stop it from toppling over completely. The problem was, nobody really understood the soil mechanics at play. Early attempts to fix it were more like educated guesses, and some were downright dangerous. One of the more dramatic attempts came in 1838. An architect named Alessandro della Gherardesca had a theory. He thought the sinking was caused by water collecting around the base. His solution? Dig a beautiful paved walkway around the foundation to expose it and hopefully dry it out. He called it the catino. But here's the thing. Digging a big hole at the base of an unstable, leaning tower is a terrible idea. When they dug, they removed what little support the tower had, hitting the water table and flooding the new pit. The tower lurched and leaned over several inches in just a few days, a terrifyingly fast movement. Another fix involved adding weight to the high side. In 1934, they tried drilling holes into the foundation and pumping in hundreds of tons of cement grout. But again, they were messing with a system they didn't fully comprehend. The immense pressure from the injected concrete wasn't distributed evenly. Instead of solidifying the base, it caused the tower to jolt and shift again, adding another small but significant bit of tilt. It seemed like every time someone tried to help, they only pushed the tower closer to the brink of collapse. They were essentially performing surgery with a butter knife. The tower survived these cures more by luck than by design. By the late 20th century, the situation was critical. The tower was leaning at about 5.5 degrees and was on the verge of what engineers call critical failure. The Italian government assembled a team of the world's best: engineers, mathematicians, historians. They closed the tower to the public in 1990. The race was on. After years of debate and computer modeling, they settled on a plan that sounded completely backward, almost insane. They weren't going to push it up. They were going to make it sink. Imagine a stack of books leaning to the left. Instead of pushing it back to the right, you scrape away the table under the right side. Gravity does the work, letting the stack settle toward the center. A beautifully counterintuitive solution, using gravity to guide the tower back. Execution had to be flawless. Not a job for jackhammers or dump trucks. They used a corkscrew drill encased in a rotating tube. It removed soil without vibrating or collapsing the ground. Methodical angled drilling under the northern foundation, removing just a few pounds at a time. Monitored constantly by a web of lasers, sensors, plumb lines, tracking movements in fractions of a millimeter. A slow-motion ballet of engineering. Slowly, it worked. Over several years, about 77 tons of soil were removed. The tower rotated back. Lean reduced by about 45 centimeters, that's about 18 inches. They didn't straighten it completely. That would ruin the whole point. They just made it safe. The success of the Pisa project is a masterclass in modern problem solving. It wasn't about one brilliant mind having a single eureka moment. It was about teamwork. This international committee of experts argued, they tested, they built models, and they collaborated. They brought together knowledge from a dozen different fields: soil mechanics, structural engineering, materials science, even history. They knew the stakes were too high for egos or guesswork. Every step was peer-reviewed and intensely scrutinized. This collaboration was the secret ingredient that had been missing for the previous 800 years of failed attempts. What I love most is the sheer guts and creativity of the final solution. For centuries, everyone thought the only way to fix the tower was to push it, prop it up, or anchor it down. But the winning idea was the exact opposite. It was about subtraction, not addition. It teaches us a powerful lesson. Sometimes the most elegant solution is the one that seems the most counterintuitive. The Tower of Pisa now stands as a monument to more than just a medieval construction error. It's a monument to human ingenuity and perseverance. It's a story about learning from our mistakes, the original mistake of building on soft ground and the subsequent mistakes in trying to fix it. The final, successful project honored the tower's history and its famous lean while securing its future. The engineers didn't erase the flaw, they stabilized it. They preserved the very thing that made the tower so special. Today, the tower is more stable than it has been in centuries. The lesson here is bigger than just one building. When faced with a monumental problem, don't rush in with a sledgehammer. Take your time, study it, understand it, assemble a great team. Because sometimes, the best way to move forward is to take a small, careful step back and let gravity do the rest of the work for you.